Welcome, everyone, to Sunday Fuel, where we go over the trades from the week past and the week ahead. This is your weekly trading show that happens every Sunday, exactly at whatever the hell time I want to do it at. I got a life. I'm not going to spend the whole time just sitting around waiting to talk to you people. Wait, this is Sunday Fuel. I mean, welcome, my acolytes. Do not worship me. I am only the bearer of truth.
The bearer of truth. I want to know what happened. Okay, Mr. Bearer of Truth, Mr. Perfect. I hear from the gods. What happened?
I mean, everything is happening exactly as it should on schedule.
Well, didn't Bitcoin target 80K?
Okay, when we are talking about the weekly trades, we're saying that this is where the price should be going. It could happen within that week, it could happen later on. All right. It didn't get there yet. Now, I fully expect, and look, I'm seeing this at 11:11, so you know this is divine providence. I'm expecting that by 8 o'clock tonight, you're going to see 80,000 on Bitcoin. 80,000, 8 o'clock tonight, 80,000, 8 o'clock tonight. Interesting. And when it does, I want you to tweet out to me, "He is risen." Okay, just so or Christ is king, whichever one you want. Okay, just your Maya Koopa. Look, the trade didn't happen this week the way I wanted it to. It hasn't gone there yet, but that's fine. In a bull market, sometimes the price gets away from you. Actually, this is the complaint people have been bringing towards me. It's like, where's my bull market? Where's my 100,000 Bitcoin? I'm like, guys, we're right on schedule. All right. And we're going to take a look at some of those trades this week so you can see exactly what I mean. But before we do, I just want to ask, how are you doing, Peter? How are you feeling?
Look, I've been vibe coding, so I feel great. I feel great. I finally built an app that I've always wanted to build. I
You're
committed
using
it to
cursor,
Git.
right?
Was that?
Cursor you're using
Yeah, cursor.
in agentic mode on auto?
Yeah,
It's the way to live. The way to live.
yeah,
What are you
it's really
building? Oh, yeah,
good.
you're building an event planner.
I finally built it. I committed it to Git. I think I just made an update. Anyway,
Don't
I'm
even
gonna go
start
look at that.
sharing your screen, Peter. That's not what Sunday Tools is about.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm
But
humoring you a little bit here.
if anybody's out there, you've heard about vibe coding. Um, it's not what I thought it was. I thought you needed to know how to program to some degree. In fact, Tom, you told me a little while ago. I said, "Should I go into this?" You're like, you need to understand coding in order to get this done."
Peter, it's
But
better now than it was 3 months ago. And it's only
yeah,
3 months ago.
if you tried the coding, I've tried coding with AI when ChatGPT first came out. Every single iteration, when Cursor came out, everything was just a headache. Now it's literally magic. Like you're just chatting. So if you've used Chat GPT's image generation to create images, that's exactly what this thing is.
Well, more
Now there's
exact than that, because you could target specific lines,
You can
specific
target
things.
specific things. Now, there is a learning curve to some degree, a minor learning curve, like learning how to drive a new car. Like, where are the buttons again? And what do I have to do? How do I pop the trunk? But aside from that, I mean, you could learn how to code an app and make it live available to the world in less than a day, in a couple of
Well,
hours.
you're in the realm now with Cursor where um, it can run command terminals, commands inside of the terminal, where it can do way better research of the web. Where you have a note system and like it indexes things better. Like you have models that are way better than the models I was using in Cursor before. And so the things it could do now, like before, I could even do Pine Script with it because it's an obscure language and what it's supposed to be able to do. And now, not only can it do that, I could upload my own rules for how I want it to code different things and things it needs to remember and all that sort of thing. That basically saves me a ton of time, and it could build things out because I could give it images, I could give it doc requirements. It's actually getting to where it needs to be. It goes, oh yeah, I understand. This is what you're trying to accomplish. Now, I still do recommend that if anyone's going to be shipping any sensitive information, they would need to
Of
know how to
course.
read the code in order to figure out, what's the tweet that's going around. People are going to start learning the difference between authorization and authentication. That oh, I built the whole thing. I could collect people's credit card information and names, and then they,
Yeah, I'm not doing anything like that. Like me, it's basic apps. But sometimes you think, oh, I want a tool to do something. Like I wanted a tool where I could kind of plan out what a ticket price for an event should be, just to give me a rough idea of what I should aim for my ticket price. Will this be profitable? Will this be worthwhile? What's the seating I need for the venue given the costs associated with it? And I constantly have to do this math just by hand when I'm planning events. I just wanted a calculator that I could slide some things, ticket number of seats, ticket price. Here are some general expenses. Here are some general incomes, merchandise, sponsorships, catering. These various elements, and just give me a rough idea. I, I unless I've missed it, I haven't seen an app like this out there, and I built it for myself. Now you can just build small little apps to help you with the things that you want to do. It doesn't even have to go out to the rest of the world. It could just be making your life a little easier. And vibe coding, I mean, it's incredible.
I have a songwriter app because now basically the music I listen to is on Suno, AI generated music, and
Same,
if I don't want background stuff and I want lyrics, I want lyrics that I'm gonna vibe with. I
right?
hate when lyrics are just stupid or basic or whatever. In fact, you think my lyrics are overly complicated. I like overly complicated lyrics. And so I built a songwriter that um, will has the formats that I like, that can highlight the different rhymes, the different schemes, that can paste in a live previews what the lyrics will look like, and then puts all in the tags that I need specifically for Suno. I can just copy it all, paste it into Suno, and now I have a song that I really like. It's just making things for myself. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You haven't even started making. Well, I haven't too, but you haven't started making Chrome extensions yet.
No.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna open up a whole new thing where you could be making
Well,
Chrome
Chrome is
extensions.
cracking down on extensions, just so you know. A bunch
Mhm.
of ones that I was using you can't use anymore. uBlock, Origin,
No,
gone.
but just for yourself.
Oh, developer mode?
Well, no, you could just install whatever you want into your browser.
I see.
Does the browser stop you from? No, you just mean inside of the app store.
Wait,
They won't
shut
let
up.
you.
Something more interesting. You coded something on Trader's Post, flush and buy Bitcoin, which has got me just like really enjoying that idea. I wanted to create something. I haven't had the idea isn't fleshed out yet, but that's I think one of the next things I'm going to try vibe coding. I want a website where people can go to the website and something that they do or whatever buys Bitcoin for me from Trader's Post, some small amount, but that there's like an ad or something on the website, a ad placement where anybody could pay, $10 to put an ad there for, until it gets booted or something like that. And I wanted this competition between the ad revenue versus the spend on Bitcoin. If I can get it so that the ad revenue is always greater than the Bitcoin, then I can get people constantly, wanting to buy Bitcoin. And then whatever Bitcoin is purchased, I don't know what to do with that Bitcoin, but maybe there'll be a giveaway or maybe some big thing. But I wanted to see if I can dial in the converting ad sponsorships, ad revenue to Bitcoin buys. And if I can get that ratio right, then I can get as much Bitcoin as possible purchased. So I want to talk to you about that, but vibe coding that seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, one thing I want to bring up too is it's just been on my mind that because of the limited 21 million supply of Bitcoin, I keep thinking of the inevitable scenario, which seems to me that you end up where and people losing their coins and hodling them or whatever it is, and there's always going to be a price at which someone is going to want to sell their Bitcoin in order to get cash, even though they say they want to be just a crypto only society. I think they'll eventually people will sell it. So you can imagine that the Bitcoin gets siloed and siloed and siloed and siloed and siloed, and what you're trading is derivatives of Bitcoin, that sort of thing. You get to the point where the Bitcoin price keeps going up and up and up and up, assuming the demand is still there, to the point where you have this insane market cap, but there's only two Bitcoins available. And one of those Bitcoin, like Michael Saylor or his grandson, like has, and it's worth, $100 trillion. And the other Bitcoin, we're just all sharing. fractions of and then I think about that, the power that person holds. And then you think to yourself, well, who could what would be the characteristics of the type of person who'd be able to hold on to the one Bitcoin all the way to 100 trillion, 500 trillion, whatever number you have. So quadrillion, whatever it is, some insane number. Well, it's going to be the rich, powerful, and famous, right? Whoever doesn't need to sell for $10 trillion because they have $10 trillion already is the person who's going to hold on to it. Because otherwise, why would you hold on to the Bitcoin, right? Why don't we just take the money or take the
But
wealth or whatever it
how
is?
could you sell that? Would the liquidity, would the volume
I'm
be
just saying
there?
that. Let's say the Bitcoin price keeps going up.
Mhm.
At some point, you're going to get to someone's number where they go, "Okay, I'm going to
Right.
sell out of it."
Everybody's got a number.
Yeah,
Unless you're super rich.
well, if you're super rich, your number is even higher.
Okay.
But let's
Well,
say that number gets to the, you know, $100 trillion, and you're still like, I'm not selling it. Well, only someone who is so already
I
powerful and
see.
wealthy
Right,
doesn't
right.
feel like selling it. Like, why would I ever sell this little number? Which means we're all trading the other Bitcoin, and that guy just holding the one Bitcoin in the wallet. Just like the simplistic Black Mirror sort of theory for that. And so I think to myself, wait, that's like the ultimate globalist, the ultimate scheme, Ozymandias. My plan all along was just to hold the one Bitcoin. I'm going to hold the one Bitcoin at the end.
Luckily, it'll take many years to get to that point.
There's one guy on Twitter who has he does every year at on April 15th when he files his taxes, he takes a look at his Bitcoin wallet that he lost the keys for.
Yeah, 132 million.
Like, oh my god, brutal.
I would
This is
not
just
look at
brutal.
that. I would
Yeah,
not
yeah,
look at that. I saw
yeah.
that too. Brutal,
Well, I'm just saying,
brutal.
like, the locked away Bitcoins, if not gonna be any more Bitcoins, is gonna keep going, and at some point in the Bitcoin dream, there's only 2 Bitcoins left. The one that the rich person has and the other one that we all share. Elysium
Mm.
style. Okay. Sunday Fuel is about avoiding that type of dystopian future by funneling wealth to us and our kin. In order to do that, we need a strategy that doesn't just allow you to do 1x leverage, 2x leverage, 3x leverage. We need 50x leverage, boys and girls. We need 50x leverage.